Good afternoon, everyone, and ladies and gentlemen, and my dear audience. I am so proud to be associated with IGP as a global member. I feel honored and privileged to host this webinar. It's my delight to welcome you all to our institution of Global Professional Free Webinar. Thank you all for joining us today in this marvelous afternoon. And it's my humble request and pleasure to all of you to stay with us till the end. For I am sure all you ha- all of you will have many takeaways and payoffs from this webinar. Each time, you can like and comment in our webinar. Don't forget to tag, share, and mention your friends in the comment box. So let's watch together and learn together, for we believe that that power is gained by sharing knowledge, not hoarding it. Once again, I am Chidorico Hamero, your core volunteer in IGP from the Philippines, a guest instructor from Negros Oriental State University, a volunteer tutor, and believe that if you are willing to learn, you will develop yourself. Anyways, every day, some new participants joined with us, so I have to give even just a little concept about IGP. Institution of Global Professionals serves students and community resource providing holistic social work and education to create a proficient generation. IGP is an educational institution which provides social work that is globally recognized. We organized our webinars, trainings, offline and online courses, and etc. by best and trained speakers, coaches from all over the world just to enhance and develop and empower people. We have already completed the 464th webinars successfully. We expect that you all are getting a little bit benefited in personal and professional life, and we wish that you all are remaining with us in a long journey. Let me remind you again, don't forget to share, tag, comment, and mention your friends in the comment box because your attachment encourage us to do better and best serve to our lovely audience. Our mission is to empower our youth. So stay with us by your support. And I am cordially welcoming you all. Today, we are presenting the 465th webinar entitled Best Practices to Engage Students. So let's start our program with IGP's mantra, Feed Your Skills. Our speaker for this afternoon is a former professor and principal, and latter, a research supervisor from Department of Educational Studies from Borkat Ola University, Bhopal, India. And she is a NLP and leadership coach. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the one and only and the lovely speaker for this afternoon, Dr. Kalpana Dixit.
Hello,
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon.
very good afternoon, good morning, good evening, salam, namaste, everyone, all the citizens from all over the world. I welcome you all by my heart. I am Dr. Kalpana Rikshit, Research Supervisor, Barkatullah University, India. Today I am going to deliver my lecture, my webinar on student engagement surveys, how to engage students in the classroom. Student engagement is a concept where we can use different technology, different tools, and different strategies to maintain the rhythm of the student during the learning. So I can say that student engagement is the best promising practices of the present day so that we can provide a creative and nurture learning environment to the learner as well as we can develop interest in learning and create motivation among the part of the learner, and this is the way we can encourage the student to learn and participate in learning. So, dear host, I would like to share my screen. Will you
Yes,
please give me
ma'am.
permission to share my screen?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. And we are excited to listen from your presentation, ma'am.
Yeah. Just I'm sharing. My presentation is visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear
Yes.
you, ma'am.
Yeah. This is the topic for today's webinar. Best practice to engage students. This is presented by Institute of Global Professional IGP 19th April 2022. I am Dr. Kalpana Dixit, welcoming you all. What is the student engagement? This is the definition of student engagement. According to educational neuroscience expert Dr. David Sosa, student engagement can be defined as the amount of attention, interest, curiosity, and positive emotional connection that students have when they are learning, whether in the classroom or in their own. Have more motivation to participate in class, enjoy achieving their learning goals, are more likely to persist through challenges in learning, feel interestingly motivated to gain new and deeper understanding. What is student engagement theory? Actually, engagement theory is a framework for technology based teaching and learning. This definition has been given by Casey and Sniderman in 1999. Its fundamental underlying idea is that students must be meaningfully engaged in learning activities through interaction with others and worthwhile tasks. Engaging students in learning. Research has demonstrated that engaging students in the learning process increase their attention and focus, motivates them to practice higher level critical thinking skills, and promotes meaningful learning experiences. Instructors who adopt a student centered approach to instruction increase opportunities for student engagement, which then helps everyone more successfully achieve the course's learning objectives. There are few creative ways to engage students in discussion, problem solving, critical thinking, and more. Number one, assumption busting. We have to assume something and to plan something very good for the student so that they can take interest in the classroom. Brain sketching. We have to map the brain. We have to identify the gender and age group so that we can plan our content and curriculum accordingly. Brainstorming. We have to provide some clues. We have to provide some problem and ask students to find out the solution so that they can think creatively. And concept mapping. Concept mapping Is the mapping of a concept. We have to explain each and every parameter and aspect of a particular concept so that student can learn from simple to complex way. And exaggeration, we have to make our lesson more interesting and more motivating for the student for applying some exaggeration techniques also. Fishbone is the technique for giving students prompt in the classroom so that they can encourage to learn. Laddering, we are giving some tasks and to put the students according to their achievement. Then negative or reverse brainstorming and active learning. These are the strategies to make discussion creative and critical. Student engagement 1. Engaging students at school and with learning is key to preventing dropout, and engagement is defined as commitment to and investment in learning as well as identification with and belonging at school. Engagement is associated with desired academic, behavioral, cognitive, and affective outcome such as persisting in school and graduating. Engagement is defined as the student's active participation in academic and co-curricular or school-related activities and commitment to educational goals and learning. Engaged students find learning meaningful and are invested in their learning and future. Student engagement drives learning, require energy and effort, is affected by multiple contextual influences and can be achieved for all learners. There are some factors affecting student engagement. Students are the center, and there are phenomenological factors, individual demographic factors, and instructional factors. They can directly or indirectly affect the student's engagement in learning. Then, teacher driven engagement, dynamic, high energy, direct instruction with interesting, relatable content. Teachers interact with students through rapid fire, high intensity questions. And classroom is often quiet as students listen intentionally. Teacher focus on creating strong relationship with students, and students willingly raise their hands to participate. Teacher may use interactive games, video, or other non-traditional mediums. Learning tasks are interesting but may or may not be challenging. Students have a somewhat active role, expected to participate, but the teacher still lead and direct activities. Student driven engagement. Limited direct instruction, which is mainly used to set up the learning task. Teacher focus on creating challenges, interesting tasks that require students to engage with peers. Example, academic framing or group projects. Students take on active roles and responsibility such as tracking their own progress and coaching peers. Classroom is often noisy as students problem solve and debate their ideas with one another. But still it is good because teacher encourage students to rely on their peers and resources. Students build strong social bond with one another. Teachers step back to allow for productive struggle and track student progress. Under student driven strategies, we should take time for active collaboration, student roles and responsibilities, structure for student ownership, student engagement, monitoring, and rigor of academic tasks. Qualities of student engagement. It is identify the following quality of student engagement. It is the energy and effort that students employ within their learning community. It is observable via any number of behavioral, cognitive, or affective indicators across a continuum. It is shaped by a range of structural and internal influences, including the complex interplay of relationship, learning activities, and the learning environment. It feeds back to the learning community and continues to fuel further engagement. This is the behavioral engagement. It is generally indicated by behaviors defined by the institution as positive or constructive, such as turning up for lectures and on time, complying with assignments deadline, or getting involved with extracurricular activities. And under behavioral engagement, we should foster a sense of competence, provide autonomy support, embrace collaborative learning, establish positive teacher student relationship, and promote mastery orientation. Emotional engagement. This is revealed in positive attitude, such as showing genuine interest in what is happening, feeling a sense of belonging, or being really happy about life in the school. Emotional engagement. Indicators of emotional engagement are the expression on the student face show that they are interested in the lesson. They react according to the lesson with expression of happiness, surprise, concern, etc. They respond to question with enthusiasm. And this is cognitive engagement. This is about deep thinking and learning and manifests itself, for example, by students wanting to be challenged and being proactive in seeking some challenges. This might be shown by seeking additional conversation with tutors or other staff to explore topics or activities further. Cognitive engagement do it foster a sense of competence and provide autonomy support also and establish positive teacher student relationship itself. Then components of student engagement. These are identity or sense of belongingness for academic skills, social practices, collective participation, and meaning of studies. And this can be work collectively and individually. Types of engagement for various components. There are basically three types of engagement for each component: positive engagement, non engagement, and negative engagement. If we observe the behavioral components of the learning, we will find that attend lectures, participate with enthusiasm is the positive engagement, and skip lecture with no excuse is a non engagement, and boycott the class, pickets, or disrupt the lectures or the negative engagement. And for the components of emotional, we will see that interest is a positive engagement, boredom is a non engagement, and rejection is the negative engagement. Like the same way, if we go for the cognitive engagement, then we will find that meets or exceeds assignment requirement is the positive engagement, assignment late, rust, or absent is the non engagement, and redefines parameter for assignment is the negative assignment. Now, dimensions of academic and social engagement. Here are two types of engagement. If we discuss about the academic engagement, we will find demonstrate consistent effort, completes work on time, can work independently, and participate in group activities, strive for quality work. And if we go for the social engagement, we will find that works, play cooperatively with others, handles conflicts appropriately, and respect others, accept responsibility, moves between activities appropriately, and respect school environment and materials, and listen and follow the direction of the teacher or counselor. Engage through technology. This is the demand of the day after pandemic, and during the pandemic this is the more impactful engagement strategies. This can allow students to have a voice in what technology to use. The students should decide themselves what is the best technology for them and explain the rationale behind technology use in relation to the learning objectives. Provide true and clear explanation of how technology is to be used. Provide guidelines on the proper use of technology and discuss etiquette. Offer introductory session activities dedicated to familiarizing students with technology and clarify resources for continuous technical support, provide alternatives to technology, and avoid complicating assessment with the technology. So this is the way we can engage students through technology. Now design thinking is the very important concept nowadays. So how can we engage students through the design of curriculum, content or graphics? We can communicate our expectation of the course, modules, activities and assignments. We can design content around the expectation and display this coherence to students. Select content that is relevant, current, and interesting, and use formative assessment. Example, comprehension checks, reflection, discussion forum, etc., and collaborative activities. As well as we can use group and consider flipped classroom method also. We can consider using learning technology, example, perusal, voice thread, Flipgrid, etc. Integrate interactive activities during our synchronous session and breakout session. Now the engage through facilitation. Maintain regular and open communication. Then humanize our presence in the classroom itself and giving students feedback encourage students to collaborate with each other and be prompt With grading also, we invite students to provide feedback, be flexible when interacting with students, and be aware of students' need and have readily available resources. Levels of student engagement. This has been given by T. Shaluchi. Here he can define that empowerment is self-directed, self-driven. Engagement is high attention, high commitment. Strategic compliance are high attention plus low commitment. And ritual compliance are low attention plus low commitment. And retardism is no attention, no commitment. And the other thing is that divert attention and no commitment. Now, one of the important term gamification, you have all already heard about this. So, this is a key part of boosting student engagement. Is trying to make lesson as enjoyable as possible, and one method that can assist with this is the idea of gamification. Although many attempts to introduce aspects of game playing and game design into lessons rely on in-person contact. By no means does this prevent the concept-driven virtual classroom. I think it is very much applicable. Another example, for instance, it is relatively simple to introduce games like quizzes into a virtual classroom, and this can serve the dual purpose of improving student engagement and testing the knowledge and understanding of the learned. So, this is very much important nowadays. Then, types of interaction I can summarize in brief. Student-centered environment, when we will work for the creating a live environment, an interesting learning environment, then we have to establish interaction with the content and with the student interaction and with student instructor interaction, and they can go very fast in the classroom. Types of student engagements are there are two types of engagement mainly we have been observed in the classroom. One is observable engagement and another is internal engagement. Under observable engagement is academic. Example, time on task, credit, homework, completion, engaging in class activities. And behavioral, example, attendance, and participating in school activities, being on time. Then cognitive are perceived relevance of school work, personal goals, and autonomy, value of learning and success in school, and affective identification with school and sense of belongingness and school connectedness. My school, my classroom, my peer. This is the affective engagement of the student. Level of engagement. There are different levels. They can work differently in the classroom, either it is virtual or physical classroom. Here I will only cite the example for your simple understanding. This is memorization without application. Then write the spelling words 5 times each and use the words in a sentence. This is ritual. Then strategic compliance. Example, a read aloud that is devoid of question or purpose. Students may have high interest but low commitment due to a lack of purpose. Other is authentic engagement. Example, literature circles promote ownership of learning because students assume roles such as discussion, director, questionnaire, vocabulary, and enricher. So all these type of engagements are defined the remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. These are the Bloom's taxonomy. Eight method of measuring students' engagement. What are the important methods? These are case studies, student report, word sample analysis, experience sampling, rating skills and checklists, teacher rating, direct observation, and interviews. These are these all are the psychological techniques which can be utilized for the students' engagement practices. Now, these are the way to measure student engagement in the classroom. If we are initiating engagement, so we have to measure, of course. So these are the way. Number one is classroom participation. How much student is taking interest in the classroom activities and how is he is engaging in the classroom. And standards for a participation grade, how much grade or what is the grade he is usually availing in the classroom during the classroom activities. Informally assessing comprehension, we can give some quiz questions, short answer type questions, or some projects to assess this type of engagement. Then formative assessment. This is already continued in the out and in the in school classroom also. Different type of checklist and rating scale and sitting chart also is the effective measure for measure the student engagement in the classroom. Then different types of student engagement. Behavioral engagement, emotional engagement. Behavioral engagement exhibit the behavior dimension of the learning and development. Then emotional engagement express emotional dimension like feeling, belongingness, and interest about the classroom or teacher or principal or chair, whatever it is. Then intellectual engagement is interest in completing the project and task and activities. Cultural engagement take part in the co-curricular activities of the classroom for multicultural or monocultural environment. Then social engagement, collaborative group activities, teamwork and team games are the most important examples. Then classroom management strategies, we have to adopt either active learning mode or blinded learning mode. We can measure student engagement by different tools and techniques. There are some important apps, tools, and resources for maximum student engagement. They are Kahoot, Socrative, Google Classroom, Animoto, Power School Learning, ChatG, and Shisha. We can use them differently and different type for different type of observation at different classroom activities. Intellectual engagement. To increase student engagement in a course or subject, teachers may create lessons, assignments, or projects that appeal to student interest or that stimulate their curiosity for that particular concept or content. For example, teachers may give students more choice over the topics they are asked to write about. So, A student can choose a topic that specifically interests them, or they may let students choose the way they will investigate a topic or demonstrate what they have learned. Some students may choose to write a paper, others may produce short video or audio documentary, and still others may create a multimedia project. So we can use different type of strategies, techniques, tool, application and teaching method in the classroom to boost the intellectual engagement of the student so that we can make the learning interesting. Then emotional engagement. Educators may use a wide variety of strategies to promote positive emotions in students that will facilitate the learning process and minimize negative behavior and keep students from dropping out. For examples, classroom and other learning environments may be redesigned to make them more conducive to learning. Nowadays, you have been observed in many good quality schools are applying this technique for emotional engagement. They make some vibrant, colorful classroom. They make some for primary level. They are utilizing some toy and some recreational activities also. So make the learning environment inculcative and interesting. Teachers may make a point of monitoring student moods and asking them how they are feeling. Our school program may provide counseling, peer mentoring, or other services that generally seek to give students the support they need to succeed academically and feel positive, optimistic, or excited about school and learning so that they cannot drop out and don't feel boredom by this cultivating environment. They have learned more and more. Strategies such as presentation, task assignment, and responsibility share are the most important examples of emotional engagement so that students feel that they have done this task and they can create this type of projects. Then physical engagement. In these techniques, teacher may use physical activities or routine to stimulate learning or interest. For example, kinesthetic learning by the utilization or application of all the five senses and refers to the use of physical motions and activities during the learning process. Instead of asking students to answer such routine or board question, teacher can allow and might ask student to walk up to the chalkboard and answer the question verbally while or she can instruct them that move you are right move one step ahead and you are wrong move one step behind. So this type of kinetic activities are also supported for the students physical engagement in the classroom and also writing the answer on the board. In this case, the theory is that students are more likely to remember information when they are using multiple parts of the brain at the same time. The various parts dedicated to speaking, writing, and physical activities, etc. Other thing is that social engagement. This is nowadays very much important because during online teaching, students are getting bored and monotonous for a particular type of class or content. So, what we do? We can establish or make some creative group and assign some activity that you have to prepare some monogram or play and you have to prepare for a concert of music, or either you have to raise an issue and discuss in a close peer group. So this is the way to make the student socially engaged in the classroom, and this why this thing teachers may use a variety of strategies to stimulate engagement through social interaction. For example, students may be paired or grouped to work collaboratively on projects, and they can also create team building activities in the classroom. Then cultural engagement. Now, when we are living in the global world, our education become global. So there are different cultural interacting in the same classroom. So what we do? Schools may take active steps to make students from diverse cultural backgrounds, particularly recently arrived immigrant or refugee students and their families, and feel welcomed, accepted, safe, and valued. For example, administrators, teachers, and school staff may provide special orientation sessions for their new American population or Asian population, or offer translate services and informational materials translated into multiple languages so that they can feel comfortable in a particular learning environment. Personalization. Overall, personalization has been among the most popular student engagement strategies for teachers in 2020 because the shift toward powering students forward in their specific strengths rather than giving general knowledge to all is the catalyst for extreme success among us youth. There are many policy and programs in Government of India also. National Policy of Education has given many provisions for personalization of degree, qualification, grading and all that. Like that, other countries are also following many norms and techniques for personalization of the learning because no one is similar in their strength. Every individual has individual differences, so they can learn according to their strengths, according to their speed, according to their interest. This is the personalization of learning. Then, factor for student engagement in a virtual classroom. Number one, the role of learners. Then, learning space and learning structure, collaboration, inclusion, so that everyone should be included in the same class without any discrimination of their disability or gender or color or caste or creed, and interfaces as well as the communication is the factor for engagement in a virtual classroom. How can we design remote learning for maximum student engagement? Number one, we have to focus on relevance. Focus on the why of the learning, why we are communicating this particular content, what is the application or utilization of this content for a particular grade, and this coaches leverage tech to foster conversation. This is the very much important to make the student digital learner. And then collaboration create condition for positive interdependence so that cohesiveness of the group can be maintained and flexibility relinquish the familiar rigidity of in-person school. Then personalization use high agency blended learning strategies applicable for individual students so they can assess their knowledge according to their time, speed and pace. And feedback give timely and specific support to build motivation so that their learning can be permanent. Student engagement in physical and virtual classroom is already continuous in the present education system, and we have to apply very interesting and comfortable compatible technology and tools for remote learning as well as physical classroom learning. We have to use online features. We have to establish a daily routine. We have to remove distraction. We have to build a checklist. We have to collaborate, promote the collaborative learning, and we can apply different platforms for transmitting the knowledge. And here I am completing my presentation. I hope you all have enjoyed this. And now I am sharing my screen. Then we will connect again. Thank you. Thank you, each and everyone, those who have joined me lively from all over the world. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Dixit, for sharing such insightful knowledge from you, no? And thank you as well for that engaging presentation, ma'am. And we thank you as well, ma'am, for enlightening us with your pearls of wisdom. Thank you for your contribution and thank you for your precious time from your Choco Black timetable. And your knowledge will be effective for our audience because you shared your insight. No doubt, our viewers will be benefited today by the awareness they received through your techniques. Thank you once again, ma'am. Thank you so much for such engaging, motivating presentation and fruitful discussion. Right? So, as of the moment, may I request everyone to please fasten your seatbelts and be ready as we be having our what quiz competition. So while preparing for our quiz competition, may I remind everyone to please support us with your share, tag, comment, and mention your friends. We will give the e-certificate link in the comment box, and if you will face any problem, you can collect e-certificate direct from our website, which is www.edoigp.com. And after collecting your e-certificate, don't forget to celebrate with IGP by checking in. Okay, so you can click the given link so that okay, so for those who want to enter the link, the code is quiz IGP all capitalized. No. There were many of you who were able to join the Slido. So for those who want to enter the Slido, kindly click the link and enter the code quiz IGP. All are capital letters. So again, for you to be able to participate in our quiz competition, kindly click the given link and enter the code quiz IGP. All are capitalized. Okay, there were 23 of you who were able to join the Slido already. Okay, for our first questions, hopefully all of you are ready, right? So we will be giving a series of questions. So in student engagement, students are actively engaged in learning. They are more likely to retain what has been taught. True or false? Please choose the right choice. Okay, congratulations to all of you who answered true because you get the correct answer. Okay, we'll see on our leaderboard. So we have the top five. Ma'am Ana Marie Mercado, Ma'am Cristina Del Rosario, Ma'am Lizille Gabaldon, Sir Mark Joshua Jago, and next question. Which activity is more likely to engage students in the learning process? Completing a worksheet independently or working with a partner to complete a graphic organizer. Please choose the right choice. Okay, congratulations to the 79% who answered working with a partner to complete a graphic organizer. You get the correct answer. Okay, we'll see the leaderboard. Congratulations to Mom Rosario, Sir Diego, Ma'am Leia Faconla, Mom Rivera, and Mom Gabaldon. Yeah, they have the top five. They are the top five. Okay, next question. As the teacher describes each section of a graphic organizer, students fill it in. They are quietly working on each section while the teacher circulates. This is an example of what? Active engagement or compliance. Please choose the right choice. Okay, congratulations to the 81% who answered active engagement. You get the correct answer. Okay, once again, congratulations to our top five. Ma'am Rosario, Sir Jigo, Ma'am Faconla, Sir Pakibo, and Ma'am Gabaldon. Congratulations. Next question. Active engagement is likely to increase student achievement. True or false? Please choose the right choice. Okay, congratulations to all of you because you got the correct answer. Okay, we'll see on our leaderboard. Okay, we have Ma'am Rosario, Sir Diego, Ma'am Faconla, Sir Pakibo, and Ma'am Gabaldon. Congratulations for being the top five. Next question. Intentionally addressing engagement when planning is more without student participation, likely to ensure that lessons are engaging for students. True or false? Please choose the right choice. Okay, congratulations to the 64% who answered false because you get the correct answer. And now we'll see the leaderboard. Okay, once again, congratulations to Ma'am Rosario, Ma'am Paconla, Sir Pakibo, Sir Diego, and Ma'am Katubay. Congratulations. Teacher-student relationships can affect student engagement. True or false? Please choose the right choice. Okay, congratulations to the 97% who answered true because you get the correct answer. And now it's time to see our leaderboard. Okay, once again, congratulations to Ma'am Rosario, Ma'am Paconla, Sir Pakibo, Sir Jago, Ma'am Katubay. Congratulations. Ma'am Rosario is still consistent on the rank 1. What's the best choice to gain your students' attention? Wait patiently for the group to get ready to listen, or give a strict command. Please choose the right choice. Okay, once again, you may join the quiz by clicking the given link and input the code, which is quiz IGP, all in capital letters. Yes, once again, if you may, yes. Okay, let's continue. Congratulations to the 52% who got the correct answer. And now it's time to check our leaderboard. Okay, congratulations to our top 5, Ma'am Rosario, Sir Diego, Ma'am Katubay, Sir Rosales, and Ma'am Refugio. Congratulations. Okay, next question. What kind of engagement consists of students that like to engage in discussion, pose questions, seek help, and exhibit curiosity? Emotional engagement or social engagement? Please choose the right choice. Yes, congratulations to the 87% who chooses social engagement because you got the correct answer. And now we'll see the leaderboard. Oh, yes, okay. Next question. It is imperative for us teachers to incorporate some sort of motion, movement, stretch, or exercise into learning. True or false? Please choose the right choice. Okay, congratulations to the 90% who chooses true because you get the correct answer. Okay, for our last question. An example of yes, let's proceed to our last question. An example of cognitive engagement is setting goals or unwilling to share. Please choose the right choice. Okay, congratulations to all of you because you get the correct answer, which is setting goals. And now, here our top five. Congratulations to Sir Jago. Oh, okay, once again, congratulations to Sir Jago, Ma'am Rosario, Ma'am Katubay, Sir Rosales, and Sir Pakibo for topping the quiz. Okay, once again, congratulations to our quiz competition winners, especially to our top 10. And I would like to congratulate again Ma'am Rochelle Saricho Bobes for gaining the lifetime membership from Institute of Global Professionals. And now, please be ready with your questions because it's time for us to have the Q&A with our lovely guest speaker, Dr. Dixit. Yes, you're back, Ma'am Dr. Dixit. We will be entertaining questions from our viewers. It's either from the Facebook Live viewers or from the YouTube Live. Okay, so if you have any questions to our lovely speaker, you may drop it on our comment box. And I know Dr. Dixit would be glad to entertain and answer your question. Okay, so don't be shy to ask question. Dr. Dixit would be glad to answer all your queries with regards to what she has discussed. Okay, so once again, if you have question to Dr. Dixit, you may drop it on our comment box. Don't be shy to ask. Dr. Dixit don't wouldn't eat you if you asked. Dr. Dixit, while waiting for their questions, maybe you have something to add on with regard to your discussion earlier. Is there any some points for us to remember with regard to your discussion? Oh, yes, Dr. Dixit. We have a question from Sir Isaiah Kiangwe. What activities should we apply in class to engage children with ADHD? Mm,
Yeah, so very good question and naturally very important question also.
yeah.
Actually, attentive deficient disorder is a disability of the students, and so we have to manage specialized space for them in the inclusive classroom. So, to engage them, we have to plan activity separately in the same classroom. Not we should not separate the students from the group, but we can plan some another low level of activity so that they can conduct. Like we can give them some playing card activities. We can give them to identify the color. We have to give them some task of make a row and line and identify the your peer, who what is his name, or identify what type of shirt he has been wearing. So this type of engagement activity we can do with the ADSD.
Yes, thank you, Sir Isaiah, for asking. And thank you also, Dr. Dixit. Hopefully, Sir Isaiah, Dr. Dixit was able to answer your question. Okay, ma'am, we still have a question from Ma'am Maribeth de la Cruz from the Philippines. Why is it important to engage learners during teaching learning process?
Yeah, it's very much important because we want our learner to retain in the classroom. We want our learner to enjoy the lesson. We want our learner to motivate for the learning. So, achieving all these goals and purpose, we have to engage students in our classroom with the help of different techniques, tools, and strategies. This is very much
Yes.
important.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Dixit and Mom Maribeth de la Cruz. So, Dr. Dixit was eager to answer all your questions with regard to her discussion. So if you still have questions, you may drop it off on our comment box and we'll read it. I guess Sir Isaiah Kiangwe has a concern with regards to knowledge retention. Okay, so if you still have questions, you may drop it off on our comment box, and Dr. Dixit, we're glad to answer all your queries. Okay, so I guess you don't have any questions. So once again, Dr. Dixit, I would like to thank you for sharing your fruitful discussions and engaging and motivating presentations. Thank you so much. And to our knowledge seeker, I would like to thank you all from my deep heart for attending today's session. Hopefully, you learned something new and you will implement these learnings in your life. And I know that Dr. Dixit was able to answer your questions and queries. Once again, Dr. Dixit, thank you so much. And also to our pleasing viewers. Once again, don't forget to collect your e-certificate from our website or by the link given below after the session is getting over. Before part goodbye, let me acknowledge my alluring warm identities who was so patient and attentive throughout the session. Dear listener, I am much obliged for you all from the core of my deep heart for taking part of today's session. I am confident and positive that you might have gained, pick up, and learn something new today, which you will be sure in your life and the growth of your career. My worthy viewers, I would now request you all to please leave a review of today's session and also recommend our page if you learned something from us. May I request our beautiful onlooker to spread the information to your friends and community. I, re- I repeat, don't forget to collect your certificate from our website or the link given below after the session get over. After collecting your certificate, don't forget to celebrate with IGP by checking in. By checking in, we can understand our services, your attachment, and pleasure. We hope, and by the way, don't forget to take note the code for today's session for you to claim your certificate. Okay, once again, don't forget to take note the given code for you to claim your certificate. Once again, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope to see you all again in the upcoming webinar. Until then, thank you. Brave the pandemic with smile, sunshine, and warm positivity. Stay happy, stay safe, and once again, I am your host, Chidorico Hamero from Negros Oriental State University of Philippines, saying, if you are willing to learn, you will develop yourself. And I am signing off. Bye, everyone, and have a blessed day.
Thank you so much, Tadarico, for very
Yes.
good hosting. Thank you, IGP
Wow.
community. Thank you, organizer. And thank you, my lovely learners. And if you really want to interact me again, you can connect me through the IGP website and IGP Facebook, YouTube pages. And you can ask you a query. I can solve there itself also. And you can also send me mail or WhatsApp me if you have some curiosity further in this area, so I can resolve your curiosity itself. And thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Dixit. Thank you, my dear viewers and listeners. Thank you, IGP.